What's up? It's Professional Amateur, and today I am being a professional amateur of rodeo analysis or media. This is my 5-minute recap of the NFR round number 1. We're going to start off with stock name of the night, and that goes to Cocktail Diarrhea. The bull J.B. Mooney rode to split the round with Kai Hamilton. Not only wins the round, but wins my award of stock name of the night. Side note of the night, the victory lap especially for the rough stock riders is just as hard as the grand entry. All those guys are wearing bull riding spurs, bareback spurs. They got vests on, they're flapping as they ride. They got chaps on with the fringes. Who knows how broke these horses are? If you poke them with a bull spur, they might send you into the stands. I think it kind of gets crazy for those guys trying to ride. And J.B. Mooney confirmed it with his interview afterwards as well, talking about trying to beat Kai, but he didn't want to poke that horse with his bull spurs. On to the overview. It was the night of co-champs, steer wrestling, saddle bronc riding, barrels, and bulls all had co-champions. And the bareback riding, Jess Pope is for sure the next Tim O'Connell and or Casey Field. Just a young, up-and-coming dude that is just technically sound, extremely strong, and rides the crap out of bareback horses. Cole Franks is also a nutso. His eyes were as big as mangoes on the back of his horse to start it. He was the first guy out, and his eyes were wide. Being a rookie, I would be too. He rode really well for a rookie as well, especially his first horse, but man, he looked like a nutso. The only other question I have besides the World Championship update, Tim rode his horse, Hooper actually made money, is that where is the 2019 Bigelow? Keep an eye on that because last year had a bad NFR, rode really well for the regular season, but didn't start off that good last night either. So, steer wrestling, Tyson, Cassidy's horse, hurt. A lot of guys used him, and I think he's coming back, but as of right now, no Tyson for the steer wrestlers. The barrier is 6 inches longer. If anybody knows, let me know if it's 6 inches longer for every other timed event because they didn't say anything about it. Where did the steer wrestler's handshake come from? It goes like, if you watch those steer wrestlers, they walk back and they go wham, wham, just like that. I want to know who made it up because only steer wrestlers do it. Devers and Brown are hurt. Brown hurt his back weightlifting before the NFR. Looked pretty good. Devers looks bad. He has a pec injury, going to get that right horn of the steer, and he could barely do it. I don't know if he's going to last 10 rounds. And then Will Loomis, like I said in my first video about my predictions, how big of a dude he is, he took a steer and made that steer do a full-on somersault 360 in the air. Just a gigantic man. Team roping, a lot of misses, including my pick for the world champions, Dustin Anguskiza and Travis Graves. Begay is the best cowboy that will ever live. His resume for a rodeo is just as long as anybody else's that's ever rodeoed for a living, and he decides to wear a silversmith buckle that probably he made. And so he doesn't wear any championship buckles or anything like that. He wears this square silver buckle. He doesn't need to prove he's a cowboy because he is the best cowboy ever. Beater's back. Love having him back in the NFR, hitting them down. Waiting Yates, I don't know why I didn't pick them to either win the average or win the world because they are scary, and last time they were in the Thomas Mack, they won the average. Snow's horse, Annie, is just badass. That's all I have to say about that. Smith and Corkle made a 4.9 run, looked like it was an easy 8-second run for him. And then Caleb can throw 40 feet of a 36-foot rope, and it's just incredible. So, on to the saddle bronc. There were a lot of buck-offs, including Wyatt Casper and Wade Sundell, which really surprised me. DeMoss is the second coolest cowboy in this world behind Derek Begay. He just wears that little hat, rides the absolute son of bucking horses, has that signature brown vest. Just a cool dude in the shoe. Yeah. Zeke's ride was awesome, although I did think Ryder's ride was better. He just makes every horse look that way, but Zeke's ride was bad at the bone, just with that horse dipping and diving. I know for a while there, all the rides kind of had problems with marking out, but not anymore. They mark their horses out now, and it's badass. Tie-down roping. To get a little somber for a second, I did not know that Hanshy's horse, TJ, died. But as Joe Beaver said, that you rope for a living, you got to make decisions and get over it, and he sure did because he came back with a horse that was not TJ and still won the round on not his horse. That's why he's going to win. He just takes any adversity and doesn't care and still wins. Lots of weird catches today. One around the leg, one around the belly, just weird. Ty Harris is so great on the ground, extremely fast. It's just fun to watch. Tough got really unlucky. Probably could have won the round on his calf trip. That sucks. And then Costa got hurt before the NFR too, getting ready for a match roping. So a lot of weird stuff with injuries and horses. Barrel racing, a lot of barrels hit, including my pick, Donna K. Rule, who I want to win, hit 2 barrels. And so Nellie Miller. Haley is... Again, just kind of the same thing as Jess Pope. Just so damn good. There's nothing I can say about it. Amanda, my pick for the average, splits the round in night number 1. Stevie Hillman made a lot of mistakes and was $13.95. Like, she took barrels way wide and was still $13.95. That's scary. J-Lo of Ivy is the prettiest horse there is, and that's just a statement. I don't want to be the guy to lead horses down the alley. God bless those guys, because I never want to do that unless I have a daughter and she decides to barrel race, and I will do that at that point. Lastly, bull riding. The highlight of the night, J.B. Mooney wins the round on Cocktail Diarrhea. First NFR for J.B. Mooney. Said he was nervous for the first time in 16 years. That was badass. Shane Proctor's head, he covered his bull, by the way, but Shane Proctor's head is the shiniest bald head I've ever seen in my life. He must shave that thing 3 times a day. 10 out of 15 bulls were covered. Usually it's like 6 or 7 maybe, but man, the bull riders, man, they did their thing on night number 1. Kai was really sick, apparently, leading up to the NFR. Didn't affect him, covered his bull. Clayton Sellers not only rides 1, but 2 bulls. He looks damn good. And then Sage, once again, just makes it look so easy. He covers his bull, sets right, gets bucked off. That's why I don't think anyone's going to catch Sage with his money lead, just because I don't think Sage is going to buck off more than 3 bulls in the NFR. That is my night 1 recap of the 2021 NFR. I will be doing this for the rest of the 9 rounds. Again, boys and girls, happy NFR season.